Good morning, Amy. Should we check your sound?
Hi, Kimberly. Can you hear me okay?
Yep, you sound great. Nice and
Great.
clear. Thanks.
Thank you. Hi, Kimberly. Can you hear me okay?
Sounds good. I think there might be a little bit of ghosting. Can you try
Does
again?
it sound better now?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
turned off the speakers on my computer. Great. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Good morning, Christine. Should we try your sound? Can't hear you so far. Christine, do you want to check on your sound? And I want to let our attendees know if anyone is a member of the applicant team and you would like to check your sound, you can raise your hand in Zoom and we can go ahead and get you unmuted so you can check your sound. Okay, Jim Lockington, you'll get a prompt in a moment and you can go ahead and check the sound.
I clicked the button. Am I now unmuted?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Perfect.
So Yeah, if you want to go ahead and mute as appropriate, then we won't have to go through that prompt every time. So we can start in a moment or two. We just want to make sure
Hi,
we've got our.
Kimberly.
Oh, there's Kristen.
Sorry, I was
Okay.
baby wrangling.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Okay. We have one more applicant that wants a sound check. Robin, let's go ahead and get that for you. You should be unmuted now, Robin, if you want to give that a try. So unfortunately, I mean, we can't hear you yet. If it turns out that you're having trouble with your computer sound, then you can use the information on the agenda right here. There's a call-in number, a toll-free number, and then you'll be prompted to enter the meeting ID and you'll be able to participate in the sound that way. Do you want to give your sound a try again? So far, we still can't hear you. So if you want to, you can use a phone to call in. Just leave your computer logged in here, so you can observe the meeting and see everything that's going on. But you can use the information on the agenda here to call in so that your sound will work. All right, let me take a look at the message up here. Okay, we're gonna have to go ahead and get started.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me now?
Oh, there you go.
Perfect.
That worked.
Sorry about that. No, we had just a little bit of minor technical difficulties. The mic audio was turned all the way down by default.
Okay, no worries. So if you want to go ahead and mute that audio, then when the appropriate time to come for you to speak, we won't have to go through prompts or anything.
Okay, I think if it's okay, we'll just leave it on for right now, and we'll just listen silently.
Yeah, we need the attendees to be muted during the meeting unless it's time for you to speak.
Oh, correct. So, yeah, we'll just mute it. The icon.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I knew I'd been in there messing around. I shut that thing.
You're
over.
hired. Yeah.
You're demoted.
Yeah. Bottle up for.
Okay.
It's nice having in-house tech support.
It is.
All right, so you need the mute. Mute.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Kimberly, for getting everyone set up sound-wise. So I'm going to call to order the March 18th meeting of the zoning administrator. I will be the zoning administrator today. My name is Amy Nicholson. I'm a senior planner with the city, and I will conduct today's meeting, and I welcome everyone's attendance. Today's meeting is being held remotely to comply with the governor's executive order, which the Brown Act and state and county health order allows to reduce the transmission of COVID-19. This meeting will be conducted by the agenda, so each item will be taken in turn. Each item will be presented by the project planner, and the applicant will then be given an opportunity to add to the presentation. Then we will have a section for members of the public to comment. And in each of these 3 steps, I will acknowledge the appropriate individuals. Those on Zoom can use the raise hand feature, and those calling in by phone can press *9 to be acknowledged by the recording secretary, Kimberly. Any of the actions that are taken today can be appealed. The appeal period is 10 days from the decision date or the following business day. So for today's meeting, the appeal period would end at the end of Monday, March 29th. If you wish to appeal an approval or denial, you can do so by contacting the project planner, and they can get you set up with the appropriate form. With that, we can go ahead and get started with the second item on the agenda, which is an opportunity for public comment. This item is reserved for public comment for items that are not on the agenda and are within the zoning administrator's purview. So if you wish to make a public comment for an item not on the agenda, you can use the raise hand feature or press *9 on your phone now. Okay, I'm not seeing anyone, so we will go ahead and move on to the next item on the agenda, which is a scheduled item. This is a public hearing for design review for a property at 2532 Santa Rosa Avenue. And this is for the new construction of an In-N-Out Burger restaurant. The project planner is Adam Ross, but Kristen A. Tumians will be presenting on his behalf today.
Good morning. This is Kristen A. Tumian, Senior Planner, filling in for Adam Ross. This is a minor design review for a proposed or a approved In-N-Out Burger. Project is located at 520 Doyle Park Drive, as shown in the dashed yellow outline. It's just south of the large Costco shopping center to the north. The project involves a minor design review. It's for a 4,000 square foot retail building with access off Yolanda and Santa Rosa Avenue. It's a drive-through establishment with counter ordering as well. The conditional use permit for the drive-through, extended hours of operation, and the mitigated negative declaration were approved and adopted by the Planning Commission on January 14th, 2021. So today, we are reviewing the architecture, design, and overall design of the site. Here's the site plan that shows the restaurant drive-through, parking, and landscaping. These are color renderings of the proposed In-N-Out building. Here is an elevation, a west elevation of the In-N-Out structure. Here is the south and east elevations. Here is the north elevation showing the drive-through, covered drive-through. These are the colors and materials that are proposed, a mixture of paint, painted stucco and stone along the base, and then a decorative trim, corporate trim for In-N-Out. Here is the floor plan inside of the building. Here is the proposed landscape plan. There's perimeter landscaping and trees along within the parking lot area. And as stated earlier, the mitigated negative declaration, including the mitigation monitoring and reporting program, was adopted by the City of Santa Rosa Planning Commission on January 14th, 2021. And as there are no issues, all issues have been addressed during the Planning Commission public hearing on January 14th. With that, Planning and Economic Development Department recommends that the zoning administrator approve the minor design review for a 4,000 square foot retail restaurant with drive-through facility located at 2532 Santa Rosa Avenue and 325 Yolanda Avenue, file number DR 18083. Staff is available for questions and comments.
Thank you, Kristen. Does the applicant have a presentation or would they like to make any comments?
Thank you, Amy. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Kristen, did my PowerPoint make it to you? And is it possible to have that queued up for me?
Yes, getting it rolling. Just one moment, please. That's it. Does that look right?
That's slide number 1. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'll probably repeat a couple of things that Kristen said, but it'll be very brief, I promise, and painless. So I want to say good morning to you, Amy, to city staff and any members of the Santa Rosa community who might be listening or participating in this meeting. My name is Jim Lockington, and I'm In-N-Out Burger's manager of new store development. I'm very happy to be given this opportunity to provide you some information and to advocate for your approval of the design of our proposed second restaurant in the city of Santa Rosa, located at 2532 Santa Rosa Avenue. As Kristen mentioned, the City of Santa Rosa Planning Commission took action on January 14, 2020, and they unanimously approved the proposed In-N-Out Burger site plan, the CUP, and the mitigated negative declaration. The site plan that's on the screen now is just a very simplified version of the approved site plan. Could we go to the next slide, please? So the next slide is a couple photos of our first store in Santa Rosa. That store was opened on October 28, 2010, and it's located at 2131 County Center Drive. It opened as store number 249 in our chain. And for reference, over the last 10 years opening stores, we now opened our latest store, number 363 in Lone Tree, Colorado. We're now in 6 states, but California, or excuse me, 7 states, but California is and always will be our home state. Can we go to the next slide, please? This slide shows the proposed colors and materials for the proposed new store. And if we could go to the next slide, please. And the next. So these two slides show the 4 side elevations of the proposed new restaurant. All the materials and colors are called out in detailed construction notes. The building heights are detailed, and the maximum building height is 23 feet. If we could go to the next and final slide. This slide's a 3D rendering of the front of the store as it would be seen from the Santa Rosa Avenue public sidewalk. And as you can see, the proposed new store is similar to the original Santa Rosa store. However, we have taken care to ensure that it is architecturally superior to the original store in several ways. First, the towers on the proposed new store are shorter and more architecturally proportional to the building. Second, the corbel detail at the top of the flat roof parapet terminations is more pronounced and architecturally appealing. And third, the building has a wainscot on all 4 sides of off-white ledgestone veneer, which provides a solid architectural foundation. That concludes my remarks. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions that the zoning administrator or staff may have. And I hope that you follow the staff recommendation to approve our design. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One question that I have relates to any sort of mechanical equipment. So in the renderings, it doesn't look like, I don't see any mechanical screening. I'm just wondering if that's part of the plan or if the parapets are able to conceal any sort of mechanical equipment.
Yeah, excellent question. If you want, we could go back to any of the 2D elevations for reference, but I can answer the question very simply. The flat roof above the store is really well hidden by the parapet walls. The parapet walls are about 6 foot. So most people, even if you climb up the ladder to the roof well where all the equipment is, you can't even see over the top of the parapet unless you're over 6 feet tall. So it's very, very effective at screening the equipment. You know, just you're not going to see them unless you're in a 2-store building next door or in a helicopter or airplane.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. And then I just wanted to make sure in the resolution, looks like there was an added condition to install a stop bar that you are aware of that condition and you accept that. It looks like most of the other conditions are carried forward from the Planning Commission resolution.
Yes, yeah, that's not a problem. That was something that was discussed at Planning Commission, and we've already got in the process of adding it to our plans.
Great, okay. All right, well, just reviewing the resolution recommending approval for minor design review. I can make all of the findings. I agree that there's visual interest and human scaled elements. And so it certainly meets our design guidelines. I appreciate all the landscaping and the trees in the parking lot that follow our orchard style parking requirements and the landscaping along the drive-through area as well. Are there any members of the public who would like to provide comments on this item? If you would like to participate by Zoom, you can use the raise hand feature. If you're calling in, you can press *9. Okay, I am not seeing any hands raised. So with that, I will close the public meeting portion of the item. And so again, thank you. I appreciate the work that you put into this project and also how you worked through some items at the Planning Commission meeting and have added that stop bar condition as well. So I will be approving the project. And that concludes item 3.1.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Okay, so next up we have item 3.2. This is minor design review for 3975 Old Redwood Highway. And this is for a parking lot expansion at the Kaiser Medical Office Building. And Kristen A. Tumians will be presenting this project.
Thank you, Zoning Administrator. This is Kristen Tumians again. This is a proposed parking lot expansion for the Kaiser Santa Rosa Medical Office Building 4 and 5, located at 3975 and 3925 Old Redwood Highway. This item was continued from the last meeting to give the applicant and our engineering staff additional time to discuss stormwater issues. As you can see, it's a typical parking lot with landscaping. It will provide additional parking for the medical office buildings. Here's the proposed landscaping, showing trees throughout the parking lot. And a lighting study showing that there won't be light spillage beyond the property lines. The parking lot is anticipated to assist in the mass vaccination efforts that Kaiser will perform for COVID relief. So they're looking to construct the parking lot as quickly as possible to help in that effort. That concludes staff presentation. Thank you.
You're muted, Amy.
Thank you. Kristen A., I was just wondering what the CEQA determination was for the parking lot expansion.
Yes, thank you, Zoning Administrator. The CEQA determination was that the project qualifies for a Class 11 exemption for accessory structures, in that the project consists of construction of a surface parking lot for an existing medical office campus.
Great, thank you. Okay, does the applicant want to make a presentation or any comments? I'm not seeing any raised hands. So we can go ahead and move on to public comment. Is there any member of the public that would like to comment on this item? Okay, seeing none. I reviewed the resolution. I
Sorry,
agree.
Amy?
It's yes.
Amy, I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it looks like somebody maybe was having trouble figuring out how to raise their hand because we have one now.
Great. Okay.
Mr. Wilder, you should receive a prompt, and if you answer that prompt, your sound should be working.
Yes, I have the adjacent or adjoining parcel to this, to the north of the project, and I was just concerned about water drainage from their parking. So I'm just curious where I would get that information from either the planning department or from Kaiser or this Christine. I'm not sure if you heard me or not.
Yes, thank you, Bobby.
Yeah.
Kristen, would you like to answer that question?
Hi, Mr. Wilder. Yes, we can provide the stormwater plans that were reviewed by the engineering department, and we can provide those to you if you you can provide me with your email or email me and I can respond back to you.
Sure. I don't see your email, or I could put it in the chat, my email, if that would be helpful.
Yes, Mr. Wilder, that would work. Also, my email is printed on the postcard notice that you received.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look for that.
Either way works.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll
Also, Mr. Wilder, at our website, srcity.org, on the zoning administrator page, contact information for all of our planning staff associated with this meeting is on that page as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Kimberly, did you see any other hands raised? I'm not seeing any.
I don't see any.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. And so after reviewing the resolution, I can make each of the findings. It is a standard parking lot, but I appreciate the landscaping and the compliance with our orchard style parking design guideline, and just the general number of trees proposed throughout the parking area, and that the lighting will comply with the city's light ordinance and won't allow for any light trespass onto adjacent properties. I also agree with the CEQA exemption, and I'm glad that the stormwater issues were able to be resolved. So with that, I will go ahead and approve this item. And that concludes item 3.2. So next up, we have item 3.3. This is a hillside development permit for 4034 Tourmaline Court. This is for the construction of a new swimming pool and raised decks on a site that exceeds a 10% grade. And we have Kristen again as our project planner.
Thank you, Zoning Administrator Kristen Tumians again, Senior Planner. This is a proposed new pool spot and deck for a single family residence. The reason for the hillside development permit is some of the work is being done where there's more than 10% slope. Here is an aerial view of the project site. The light blue circle indicates where the residence is located. The deck would be to the rear, and this is a downsloped lot. Here is a site plan showing the existing residence and the proposed pool and deck. Here's a closer view of the spa pool and deck. Here is a site section. As you can see, the pool is predominantly above ground. There would not be large amounts of excavation to install the pool. The decking would surround the pool area, and the pool and deck do step down with the slope of the rear property. Here's another site section showing the vantage point from the rear yard towards the house, and you can see the pool and deck kind of nestled into the hillside there. Here are some site photos. In addition, there were some trees that were either diseased weakened or damaged that were also proposed to be removed. Here's a view of the deck. The applicant is here to answer any questions. Staff is recommending approval because the pool is not readily visible from any public right-of-way. The pool, installing the pool doesn't require any large amounts of excavation to adapt the site to the pool. And in addition, there was one inquiry from the public, but it was mostly just information. They were trying to understand what the project was about. They didn't voice any objections to the project. And other than that, staff hasn't received any comments from the neighbors objecting to the proposed pool and spa and deck.
Great, thank you, Kristen A. Would the applicant like to provide any comments? I understand that you can answer questions, but just giving an opportunity for any comments. Okay, I'm not seeing any hands go up. Is there any member of the public that would like to provide comments on this item? Give it just another moment. Okay, I'm not seeing any hands go up. In reviewing the plans and also the resolution, I agree that the pool and deck are designed appropriately for the hillside. I appreciate that it does step down with the grade, and also that it's just at a lower point than the house itself, obviously based on the topography of the site. And it also looks like there's some tree clusters, which will also help to provide some screening there. It's also great that there's not much excavation required to allow the pool. I see in the resolution that there is a requirement for the tree mitigation that's required by the city's tree ordinance. So I appreciate that that was included as well. I don't think I have any questions at this time. It seems straightforward, and I appreciate staff's presentation. So with that, I will be approving the project. That concludes item 3.3. So next we have item 3.4. This is a minor conditional use permit for 2920 Dutton Avenue to allow for the operation of a wholesale distributor of refrigeration and HVAC equipment. This will be presented by Connor McKay.
Thank you, Zoning Administrator Nicholson. Like she mentioned, this is a refrigeration supplies distributor applying for a minor conditional use permit, file number CUP 20064. So the project is located at 2920 Dutton Avenue. The proposed project requires minor conditional use permit approval because it is located adjacent to single-family residential uses, which are located to the north of the project site. The general plan land use designation of the project site is light industry, which provides sites for manufacturing and other similar uses. And to the north, we have low density residential. So this project would include wholesale distribution of refrigeration and HVAC equipment in an existing 15,219 square foot warehouse. And as I mentioned previously, this minor CUP approval is required due to the proposed location adjacent to residential uses. Here we have the proposed site plan. including parking. The site would be accessed from the south via Duke Court and from the west via Dutton Avenue. The building has existing roll-up doors on the east of the building that would be used for delivery and other truck-related activities. We have the proposed floor plan. The project is exempt from CEQA because it is consistent with the general plan for which an EIR was previously certified. The project is also qualifies for a Class 1 exemption in that it is the operation of an existing structure. And staff has determined that no exceptions to these exemptions apply. And with that, planning staff recommends that the zoning administrator approve this minor conditional use permit for the operation of a wholesale and distribution warehouse located at 25. Oh, this is not the correct address. I apologize for that. For the operation of the warehouse located at 2920 Dutton Avenue. And I am available to answer any questions, and I believe the applicant is available to answer questions as well, though he does not have any comments or presentation that they would like to make at this time.
Thanks, Connor, for that presentation. Connor, were there any public comments received in response to the mailed notices from the neighborhood to the north?
We did not receive any public comments.
Okay. Great. And are there any members of the public here today that wish to make a comment on this item?
I just want to mention once more, because we do have a caller, that if you'd like to make a comment, you can choose *9 on your phone, and that will let us know, and we can get you unmuted.
Thanks, Kimberly. Okay, I am not seeing anyone. Kimberly, did anything change on your end?
No, I don't see any raised hands.
Great. Okay. Thank you. So Connor answered my question in his presentation about just how the vehicles or trucks would pull up to the building. So it sounds like there are roll-up doors that are installed, and I guess just to add to that, are the roll-up doors large enough so that the trucks are able to kind of back into the building, or is that kind of loading and unloading something that would occur in the parking area?
One sec, let me check with the correspondence I had with the applicant this morning.
Great. And if the applicant wants to answer that too, that's fine. Thanks, Connor.
It looks like that wasn't included in the correspondence this morning, but the applicant does have their hand raised, so they are willing to be elevated for speaking permissions.
Great, thank you.
The applicant is Duke.
Duke, it looks like you're unmuted. Unless you're having trouble with your sound, you should be able to give it a try. So far, we're not hearing you. We do also have a caller with their raised hand. It's the last four of that number is 2551. So if we want to try the sound for the caller, we could do that.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the email and the office number for the applicant does end with 2551. So maybe we can try the elevating the phone call.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Oh, excellent. Yes, my name is Duke Lang. I'm the owner of the property and the general contractor. The roll-up doors, trucks could pull in to unload, would probably just pull up to the roll-up door and be forklift unloaded. Not a lot of equipment. This is all air conditioning equipment. This business exists just up the street off of Fish. Do you have any other questions about the access?
No, that answers my question. Thank you. What about hours of operation? Are there set hours of operation for this business?
I believe they're like 8 to 5.
Okay.
That's what I represent. My tenant, which is RSD, the refrigeration company.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much. I think that's it for my questions. I appreciate you being available. Sure. Connor, thank you for adding in another CEQA exemption. I agree that the class 1 exemption is a good fit for this existing building and the proposed use. I realize that a minor conditional use permit is required by the zoning code because there are residential uses adjacent, but based on the street layout and also the distance to the residential neighborhood to the north, I don't have any concerns of any impact from noise or light or traffic circulation to that area. And I appreciate your strong findings in the resolution. So with that, I will approve the project. Thank you for presenting and to the applicant for being available for questions. And that is the last item on our agenda today. So thank you all for attending, and I will bring the meeting to close today at 11:12.